What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Consider This review. This time we just saw Logan, the new X-Men movie, and what did you think of it?
It was awesome.
Wow.
Roll the clip.
Logan, what did you do?
Charles, the world is not the same as it was. Mutants. They're gone now.
Logan stars Hugh Jackman as the Wolverine, or James Logan, as we like to call him, in the role that we've known and loved him in for the last 17 years. Also, Patrick Stewart stars as Professor Xavier, once again.
And we have Daphne Keane, who's the new youngster in this one, and she's playing a character I guess I shouldn't name because I don't want to spoil it for some who might not know, but she was great. So I think I want to talk about the acting in this movie first of all. Like you said, we've seen Logan and Professor X for 17 years now, and this is kind of their send-off movie. They both mentioned it publicly, and it is
the last Professor X movie and the last Logan, Hugh Jackman, Wolverine
It is
movie.
definitely a perfect end to the Wolverine trilogy. I think every movie has gotten 10 times better than the last, and this one was absolutely insane. First off, it's rated R, so it's not for the weak-hearted.
It is not for the weak-hearted or the weak stomachs in the room.
There's a lot of blood, so expect blood. There's a lot of really cool action.
Oh my god, so many cool creative action scenes. And like you were getting to with the acting, Patrick Stewart puts on a heck of a performance, as well as Hugh Jackman and the new girl.
I am still right here, and you could have it all. My empire of dirt, I will let you down. I will make you hurt.
Wolverine's one of my favorite characters as far as superheroes go. His story is a tragedy. He's a guy that can never really die, and everyone he falls in love with ends up dying along the way, which is a consequence of aging forever. And this one really touches on those emotional bits. This whole movie features a lot of emotional moments, and the story takes you through. It's a very human story. They go through almost 3 different movies, it feels like. Every act has its own kind of subplot. Every subplot is wonderful. When we finally get introduced to this girl, like I said earlier, she's awesome. Her subplot is amazing too, and this whole movie is just a wild ride. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, you're gonna just be enthralled with the action you're gonna see. It's one of my favorite superhero movies ever. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Oh yeah.
I can't really think of much bad. I will say, if we're talking positive, I'm gonna switch it over to negative real quick. The third act does get a bit of a lull. You mentioned a bigger lull than
there
I
was
thought.
a 10 to 15 minute period where I was kind of bored, but it was also not necessarily a bad moment, just I feel like it was a significant drop from the whole rest of the movie, which was perfect.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it significant personally, but yeah, I did feel definitely a drop, but I mean, if you're dropping from the heights this movie has reached, it's not too bad.
This movie has some incredible moments, especially in the first 2/3 and even the ending, but there's an insane climax, and I think it dips a little bit after that.
And again, we're not going to get into spoilers, but there's a character they introduce halfway through the film.
The only thing that's real,
What is she?
beneath the stains
She's like you.
of time.
Emotion, relationship building, world building, lots of blood and guts, insane action sequences I didn't even think were possible, such creativity with it, cool new characters, cool old characters, it's just a great ending to this whole trilogy, and some characters in the X-Men, or at least some actors in the X-Men story.
Tim, I definitely say you ticked off every box. Everything Tim mentioned, really.
Oh, and it's funny. There's humor in it.
There's humor in it, so don't go in expecting a full drama, but this is definitely a more dramatic tone that we've gotten in superhero films. It's definitely a more down-to-earth tone. It's very grounded for the most part.
It seemed like I was part of this world, like this could really happen. It was so realistic to me, and these emotions and motives that all these characters have really stand out.
I'm going to go ahead and score it out of 10, I believe.
Yes.
So, like I mentioned, there's just that one little dip in the third act, but beyond that, this was a perfect ending to this Wolverine trilogy. I loved every moment with every character. All the action was perfect. I'm going to go 9.5 out of 10.
I'm going to second on that. 9.5 out of 10.
Oh.
It honestly was really close to being a 10 if it wasn't for one little lull and moment that just bored me.
I would keep myself. I would find a way.
Logan, you still have time.
Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe on this video. Tell us below what you thought of the movie if you've seen it. If you haven't, tell us if you will. And that's all for this Consider This movie review.
See you later.